Hey everyone, welcome back to Substack Coach, and let's jump in for today. We are going to talk a little bit about something called a hero post. So, if someone landed on your Substack today, would they know where to start? Not just what you write about and not just who you are, but would they know where they are, why your publication exists, and what they should read first? Because if the answer is no, you might be missing one of the most important posts on Substack, the hero post. So you may have heard this called either a hero post, a welcome post, a start here post. They're all referring to basically the same thing, and that is a pinned introduction post that helps new readers understand your publication. This has become increasingly important because of how people discover content on Substack today, and also because of new app improvements or updates that have changed the way that navigation works for new readers. More and more readers are arriving through notes, recommendations, search, and the Substack app. And these readers often have very little context to get started with. Many people don't realize that on the web version, readers can see your about page, they can see your homepage structure, they can see your navigation bar, and they can see, the nice layout that you've done for really what you're all about on Substack and what you're writing about and your topics and everything. But on the app, your about page is invisible. It no longer exists on the app. And really what the app is now is your profile and then a feed of notes, or they can click onto your posts and see a feed of posts. And that's your long form content. If there's no pinned post at the top of your homepage on the web version, at the top of the feed on the app version, then there's no way for them to really understand what you're writing about on Substack besides the very short bio that Substack lets you put in. So the hero post really packs a lot of weight right now with the way that the app is set up. In many cases, this is the first substantial thing that new readers will come to on the app itself. So they may see a note that you wrote, click through to your profile to kind of check out who you are, and then click on your posts to see what the long form content is that they would be signing up for if they subscribe to you. And that pinned hero post is really what's going to navigate them. So think of your Substack as a house. Someone's arrived at your front door. Maybe they clicked through from notes. Maybe someone recommended you. Maybe they came across you in search when they were looking for something specific, and they're standing there wondering, okay, where do I go now? Your hero post is like your entrance hall. It's where you welcome them in, show them around, and help them understand what exactly they found here on Substack. So the hero post has three important jobs. So number one is to create orientation. Readers need context. What is this publication? What is it about? What kind of content lives here? Without orientation, people can start scrolling randomly, and some may stay, but many do end up just moving on to something else. The second thing that the hero post does is build trust. A thoughtful hero post signals that this publication is intentional. There's structure here, it's well set up, you care about your work and you care about what it is that you're creating here on Substack. And you have thought about your readers' experience and how everything flows for them. Readers are much more likely to subscribe on Substack when they feel confident about what they're stepping into. And number three, you can create a next step. So this is the part that many people forget. Your hero post shouldn't end with, thanks for reading. It should answer, what should I do next? So maybe you link to your best post, or maybe you have a start here tag or category, or some paid subscriber information, or a resource directory. But any way that you decide to end off the hero post, it's completely up to you, but you want to continue your reader's journey. This is especially true since, as I mentioned a couple of weeks ago when we talked about welcome emails, this is one of the main posts that most people link to from their welcome email to kind of get the reader started through their content. So after the hero post, don't just leave them hanging, but create a journey for them to continue reading. So what questions should a hero post answer? A strong hero post does a good job of answering things like, what is this publication about? Who is it for? Why does it exist? What makes this perspective unique? What kind of content can readers expect? And where should readers begin? The most important part of this is the point of view, in my opinion. This is where the hero post really differs from about pages. Because your about page is more that practical side of things that people may or may not go looking for on your site. But your hero post is where you want to share your point of view, and it gives you room for something a little bit deeper. It's where readers can learn how you think and why your work matters, what led you to this point, and what readers will gain from spending time with your work. And it's really, like I mentioned earlier, the first substantial thing that someone reads. So you don't want to be vague. You want to be very specific and describe what it is that your point of view is on whatever it is you write about, and give them some guidance moving forward into your content. So some common mistakes that I have seen recently is people just copy pasting their about page. It works because after all, the about page does not show up on the app, but really they are slightly different tools. And I do recommend that the hero post has a little extra in it, creating more connection and direction. And like I said, point of view for your readers. Number two, people are often too vague. So things like thoughts on life, creativity, and everything in between. Don't do that. Just don't. Maybe it sounds pretty and poetic, but it doesn't tell readers anything useful about what to expect from you. And finally, as I said earlier, no next step. Readers finish the post and then there's no direction provided for them to continue. Finally, oftentimes with the homepage, or even with the Substack app post feed, people will just pin their most recent post or an announcement, some kind of update, things that become outdated. Your hero post, that pinned post at the top of your page, should be evergreen, something that still works 6 months from now, or at the very least is easily edited to be updated to maintain current information. So if you're creating one from scratch, an easy way to do it, to lay it out, is to start with what your publication is about, then maybe talk about why it exists and your personal perspective. Then talk about what readers will find, and then where they should start. So give them the links to continue deeper into your content, and finally invite them to subscribe. You don't want them to just continue reading for free, but you do want them to continue through your content and as a subscriber. So your hero post is not just decoration. It's not just the banner image at the top of your page, though it definitely can be. And it's not just something you pin because after all, everyone else does it too. But this is kind of the opening chapter or the introduction of this book that you're writing called your Substack. And it is great opening chapters that keep people reading. If you're working on the foundations of your Substack, I've written quite a bit about publication structure, hero posts, about pages, welcome emails, and the pieces that help readers subscribe and stay subscribed over on my Substack. The link is in the description, and you're welcome to join me there. Thanks for watching.